Hey everybody, welcome to the O3 Drop YouTube channel. We're going to be talking a little bit about the box that I got, talk a little bit about the Rosetta World Premier weekend, everything that went on there, um, just kind of dive into it all. So let's start right now with kind of what is laid out here on, the table and the playmat for everybody. This is the culmination of the what's it called? The full box sealed that I did. I did the calling, I did the world premiere, and I did one promo side event. And that took up a lot of my time. So I did have to leave early. I did not do anything today. Today would be Sunday, September 8th. So there were still some things that were going on. But this kind of can lay out everything that was pretty much achieved here and obtained. Left hand side, all of these are the promos. So you can see we got the Germinate, the Findles, Fighting Spirit, which is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this card is really, really cool. Also, what was nice is they did the pre-release packs for the world premiere. So we got all of those goodies too. So I mean, you got a Rainbow Foil Rune Chant. I got a Rainbow Foil Sigil of Earth, Sigil of Lightning, the Bruised Leather chest piece. So this is a whole set that you'll see in the tokens. We'll probably get to them when we open the boxes. You'll see plenty of those. Cold Foil Sanctuary of Aria, Heartbeat of Candlehold, and a Cold Foil Channel Lightning Valley. So this is part of the Fabled package. You got either Channel Lightning Valley or the Earth one. And Cold Foil, I'm very happy with the Channel Lightning. It looks amazing in person. Going into the M's that I pulled, while I can't say definitively for certain I was the first person in the world to pull the Assassin arms, it was my pack one of the world premiere. So I did get the Assassin arms, which was pretty cool. An EA 10 foot tall and bulletproof was another big hit. It's a neat card. I think Levia players are going to go nuts for it. So I think that's neat. These collector cards, so I got the foil version. It comes in non-foil as well. It's kind of hard to see. I tried to get the light to hit it. But this is what they were kind of teasing with the, collectors are going to be excited. It just says, Flesh and Blood Rosetta. It comes in non-foil and foiled versions of it. On the back, it is plain. So I picked up one of those. Got the Cold Foil Volzair Lightning Rod. So the fact that you can get cold foil weapons in packs is pretty mind-boggling to me. I mean, I think most of us are used to them being part of, an armory kit or something like that. So I did get the Cold Foil Volzair, as part of, one of my packs as well. But so again, this is basically on the side here, 2 box worth of packs in terms of M's and things like that. So let me gather this up. We'll talk a little bit about the playmats from the world premiere, and then, we'll crack the box. And again, if you're viewing, you have any questions about the world premiere, if you didn't get to attend, let me know. I will happily answer whatever I can. All in all, it was a really fun, a really cool event. I mean, the hype was there. I know some people weren't thrilled about the whole idea of not getting to know all the cards before the world premiere, so they couldn't build. But I'm telling you, being there and just listening on that first day when everybody's cracking packs and the excitement all around as people were discovering things and getting things, I don't know if I would have it any other way anymore. I mean, it was very, very cool. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people had some good times, and just, everybody around you as it was going on, you were just kind of cracking like, oh my God, what'd you get? Like you hear screaming and chanting and things like that. So that was kind of neat. Other goodies picked up again. I got like some of the big dice, I got some of these heavy play boxes, these magnetic ones that go to the play mats. I could do a review on those later too. If people want, just let us know. They're interesting. We'll see. Also the play mats. So we got the Meeps one that came with it, and then this is the one we'll do the box break on because it is absolutely gorgeous. But it is a really, really cool play mat. I believe this is the one that came with the Fabled package through SCG Star City Games. So what do you say? Let's get right into this box break, see how it kind of goes. So again, I got a box with prize tickets that I won at the event. They were like 960 tickets or something like that. So I was able to pick it up, carry it home on the plane, and get back to it and go from there. Will says, looks like a blaster sword minus humidity. Oh my God, Will, it was so humid. I mean, I just said I felt like I was going outside and just swimming. So, that was a little rough. I am definitely not built stature wise for excessive heat and humidity. I can do one or the other, but that's about it. Let me get this keyboard out of the way too, just a little bit, and then we'll crack into it. So again, packs. Again, these are the paper packs, which everybody kind of loves, or at least I kind of love now. It's hard going back to the foil ones. Cool design. Everything that you see. The art, there's no like different heroes on them or anything like that you get in some sets. They're all just the Rosetta. But let's get to cracking. I've not hit an L yet. A lot of people have hit them around me. Everybody at the event that sat across from me hit them. Sadly, I was not so lucky. But let's do this. Maybe we'll kind of go through one slowly first, and then we'll talk about the hits and the rest of them only. So we're not going through it. So again, you'll see you got your commons in your first kind of set of slots. Then you'll either get your rares or your M's. Oh, cool. I got a rainbow foil M and one. And then your back two tokens will either be tokens or your expansion slot or a legendary or a cold foil or something like that. There are mini tokens in this. The one thing I made a mistake of at the world premiere is because I opened mini tokens first, the meld cards that are like the two small ones on one side, in my head, I just started to go, oh, more mini tokens, and just throw them without really looking at it. Don't do that. It's not in a mini token spot or anything. Just my brain just goes mini tokens and threw them. The meld cards are a little more rare than I anticipated. I think my whole time, like I did a full box sealed event. I got, I think 3 or 4 in a box. We'll see how many come at the end of this. But they are a lot more rare than I initially anticipated them being. So for sure, just, keep an eye out on those as they go through your box. Don't make the mistakes I did. So this box, 2 rares and an M, got a foil gun in the flash. Lightning seemed okay. I did play a Cilio for one event for the calling. I kind of made a very bad call picking a Cilio. I had the specialization in the channel Lightning Valley. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go Cilio because, I just felt like I wanted to follow the M's. That necessarily probably wasn't the best call. I probably should have done, maybe Aurora. I think I would have had a better time whenever I kind of went back and looked over things because my Cilio deck was not particularly strong. We'll put it that way. Pack 2. Again, we got our commons. Looks like this is probably just 2 rares, a foiled Arcane Twinning, which again, fun. What's it called? Art on that. I mean, it is definitely kind of a neat card. It's a little like meep cat looking thing. Gorgeous playmat. Yeah, the playmat will is absolutely insane. I mean, it was really, really cool. I walked down with just my 03 drop playmat. I ended up coming back with multiple playmats. What was nice is they were actually selling playmats too. Not just prize wall, so people were kind of picking those up as well. 3 rares here, no M's. So you're able to kind of get it that way. So a lot of people were picking up playmats. The shirts were good. The store itself for selling LSS stuff was, kind of in high swing. I picked up a Stanley, and okay, cool. I'm gonna talk about these two in a little bit. Foil, rare, pop the bubble. That's it. So everybody at the world premiere, when we were going through things, like every table was opening packs and kind of got something that looked like this, and we all started to freak out, going like, "Oh my god, am I getting a Marvel? What's this weird like all art back card? What's going on here?" And what it is these are all Sanctuary of Arias. Now, what they do, and you can kind of see, like I got some other ones that I pulled here. They're all kind of a part of a hero art, and so you kind of like put together the pieces of a puzzle. So you see I got another one here, and you can make the full hero art with it. So you see him, and I've kind of been calling it like summoning Exodia all weekend, but it was kind of like a mini like trading game going on at the event where people were like, okay, I got Verdant's feet, what do you have to trade for it? Because people were trying to put that together at the end. so like you would just make like an Auxiliary, you'd make a Verdance or an Aurora. And there's another M channel Millennium Tree, foil common. The rest is just bulk. But so that was always kind of a little fun game too. It's like people are like, oh my god, I got Verdance's feet. I know what I got. I'm not going to trade this for just like a Cilio's shoulder. So that was kind of always fun to do. Cracking another back here. But would I go to another one of these events for sure? Again, I mean, absolutely. I think that given the chance, if you can go, it is worth the money. I know it's not particularly cheap by any means. I know that, see, there's another one. I know that, it's not always feasible for everybody to do this. And so, I wouldn't say, hey, break the bank and go, or make yourself broke. But if it is something that you can get to, this is probably one of the most fun flesh and blood events that I have been to in a long while. I'm just going to put my Exodia pieces there. Everybody's really cool. Met a lot of cool people there. Saw him again for a second time. Philip from February, great guy. Got to see a lot of people that knew the channel, the O3 Drop channel. So thank you to all of them that kind of came out, supported us, said hi to us. We gave away a lot of tokens that were the O3 Drop Embodiment of Light, Embodiment of Earth tokens. It's actually funny, I do not have any left to even show. We gave away every single one that we own. Here's another one. So that was a good time. But all in all, hey, 10-foot tall and bulletproof. All in all, it was a really, really just good event, good weekend. LSS I think really did something special with this set. So I want to show the difference of this too. So again, I just pulled a 10-foot tall and bulletproof. This card's fun. I think a lot of Levia players are going to play it. And I didn't know whenever I pulled it, but it does come in EA. So you can see there's the EA version. There's the regular M version. But apparently I think Levia players like it because, as you can see, it's a 10 attack, 10 block for the pitch value of 3. However, when you attack or defend with it, your next hero phase, you get -2 intellect. So basically, I think the reason why Levia players like it is you use it, and then you go and change it to your demi-hero version, and then you lose the intellect penalty doesn't apply anymore. So basically, you can throw a 10 attack down, flop, don't lose, get the penalty, and go forward. So pretty gross, very, very gross card. Will say Acelia's shoulder is underrated. Acelia's shoulder is certainly underrated. There's my tokens. Those are junk. So here's our first. Let's put these aside just because I think I want to see how many we get here. I mean, it's neat. Now let's talk about a little bit about the gameplay of the set too. I was real worried. So there's no AB in here. There is Arcane Shelter, but it is very rare. The equipment, and let me see. We'll see if I get one in here. A lot of the equipment has damage prevention opportunities on it. That one's not a good example. We'll do one. Oh, here's another one. Dun, 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 dun. Here's a token. Oh, it's actually an M1. Okay, that's nice. But there are all the equipment has kind of a damage mitigation potential to it. Sorry, I froze there. My son got this like stuffed animal you squeeze and it sings a song, and it's been driving me insane, and I just heard it in the background. So like this bruised leather, for example, it's basically saying, hey, look, prevent the next one damage you dealt if you've taken damage this turn. So there's enough healing in this game and damage mitigation that there's kind of an art to sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to let one arcane damage leak through, or I'm going to take a damage from a rune chant and then find ways to heal it back up. So like there's things like brush off to kind of prevent as well. But there's a lot of life gain. So here's a Hood of Second Thoughts. I thought this was a really fun card the first time I saw it. I love the art on it. It's just a dude wearing like a bull helmet with an arrow shooting through it. Oh, here, good. Channel Lightning Valley. And here's another art card. But yeah, so it's kind of this back and forth game of how do I let enough damage through or let things through that I can keep or trigger these heal effects. Because a lot of them say like, hey, heal 1 damage or heal 4 if something happened. And when I see one of those, so here's a good one. This is one of my favorite cards in the game. Let's just really quick look through the rest of the pack here, and then we'll talk about that. So nothing major. We got 2 rares here. Let's go here. I'll get rid of this. So when I did full box sealed, I had 4 of these in my box, these red arcane polarities. And I think I healed as Verdance. I played as Verdance and went 3-1. I lost the first game to Phil from the February. I think a lot of it had to do with I just wasn't used to what my deck could do or what Asili was doing at the time. But you can see if it focuses, gain 1 life. If you've been dealt arcane damage this turn, then gain 4 instead. Has 0 cost. So I had, I think, 3 or 4 of these in red in my deck. And each game I was gaining something like 20 to 25 points of health. So it got really, really disgusting. During the time, like one turn, I literally went from, I think, 7 health up to 17 again. Just because of the cards that I had. Verdance is very gross when you get to do a full box sealed. You basically just sit there and say, okay, like I don't want to put any wizard stuff in here. I just want to put all these big earth attacks that allow me to decompose. And then just heal life forever. Hey, here's another one. The rest of this is just kind of junk, it looks like. Okay, you go here and here. So we got a Vaporize and a Shock. And it's funny, as I started this, I said, like, oh, I didn't get any of these. Now I pulled 2 M's, or my first 2 of these Meld M's from the entire set. Still haven't hit a legendary. For anybody that does not know me, I have terrible box luck. I think the past 2 or 3 sets, I haven't hit a legendary from a pack, which is very, very sad. Here's another art. Robert Weber's the token. Then we got just some Mars. So, but anyway, so I mean, I personally am very, very excited about the Earth Heroes. I think the Lightning Heroes are good. There were some really good Gas Aurora decks. Acilio, I think, is going to be busted in CC. He's a little harder, I think, to build in sealed. He's not broken it by any means, but just with you only having so much attack and there being so much life gain potential on the board, he could potentially run into some issues. But I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying anything like that. It's just, I feel like there are other potential options up that there too, just because I'm curious how many of these I get in a box. Florian was real gross. Whenever people were playing Florian, if you couldn't burn him down in time, you would just have turns like, if I can find the card, there's cards that basically are like, okay, hey, when you create this, okay, here, so like Deadwood Dirge is the one part of it. I forget the name of the other. If I find it, we'll pull it. Ooh, Adaptive Dissolver. Nice pull. But there's a card combo, and I forget the other part of this, that basically is like, hey, play this aura. If the aura dies on your turn, or gets destroyed on your turn, create 3 rune chants or something like that, and it stays on until you take damage or until you deal damage. So what a lot of people would do is you'd play that aura, then you'd play Deadwood Dirge. So if Florian was turned on, and it would create 3, and this comes in red, creating 3 more. Or I think the red creates 4 of the other card. When I find it, we'll check. So they'd play that, then they'd play this to destroy that aura. It would create like 4 + 1 for Florian. Then they play this, they'd create another 1 + 1 for Florian. And then they just attack with sword or something like that. And they'd be coming in with sword and 8-9 rune chants. So it got a little disgusting. So you definitely want to race Florian's down if you get the chance. Verdance, it's good, but again, if you don't plan your damage quite right, you see tomorrow. Good. Here's another one of those. Hey, double impact. Poor Katsu. There's Gust Wave of the Second Wind. There's Forgotten Gust Wave of WTR, as I like to say. But Yeah, I would say if you're going into this and unsure who you want to play as or what you want to do, I would say go with an Earth hero first, just because the life gain I think gives you a little bit more wiggle room and opportunity. Flooring's nice because you just have a weapon at the end of the day. So if you don't, Jesus, you know, I may have had bad luck all week getting these cards, these meld cards, but I pulled 3 of them here, so I'm okay with that. But anyway, what I was saying is, so like the issue with Verdance and Sealed is if you don't have a great Verdance pool and you try to do her, you may actually just draw out. You may not have anything to do. You may get fatigued. I've beaten a couple Verdances that way. So at least with the Flooring, you still have a sword if worse comes to worse, and you can swing. See, look here. There's the non-foil collector one. I don't know how I feel about those, to be honest. Because again, as you're pulling boxes like this, and you're like, I haven't hit a legendary, I haven't hit a Marvel. That literally could have been anything else. It could have been a Marvel. But again, if you want to see the difference, since I pulled one of my earlier pack for anybody that kind of joined late, or I pulled one at the event, here's the difference. So non-foil and foiled, the cold foil. Again, I don't know how easy the camera picks it up, but you can see it's kind of shiny on that one. The non-foil isn't. So there's 2 different versions of this. You can see the foiled one just has the fab back. Non-foil just tells you everything that the set kind of contains. So Fabled, 24 Marvels, 5 Legendaries, 49 Majestics, 57 Rares, 128 Commons, 14 Tokens, and 36 Puzzle Cards. Here's the puzzle cards. So a little bit of a difference. The collector side of things, maybe you want this. I don't store mine in a binder that has a slot for this, so I certainly wouldn't use it. I think it's just going to go in a binder as like a, hey, here's a cool commemorative keepsake kind of thing. If I ever get a binder with a side thing, sure, I'll put the Rosetta thing in it. But, it may just be a divider for the time being. But anyway, we'll put that in a quote-unquote hit, even though, I don't really consider it one. This is, I don't know how common they are. But that's the first one I've seen in the box. But we'll keep going. Here's another puzzle piece for Exodia. 2 rares. Here's our token. I pulled also out of all my packs there, I think 2 heroes. 2 adult heroes, so they seem relatively common. It seems to be about 1 per box, maybe a little less. On average, it's not too bad, I guess you'd say. But I still wish adult heroes just came, as tokens, or you got them at pre-release or something like that. Just because, with CC and LL kind of being the bigger formats, it's, it would be nice to have them. Not sure how I feel about the puzzle pieces in the binder card. The puzzle pieces I'm okay with because in the game, again, for limited, you start with Sanctuary of Arya in play. So it's just the back so you can easily find the Sanctuary. It's almost like people that play Lorcana. Whenever the first set came out, there was like the Mickey and there's 4 pieces. This is just, hey, you can put together the stuff, but it's a Sanctuary. It's just a nice little touch on the back. These don't bug me. I think this is a little fun. Like I said, I think people are going to compete just to get them, just to sit there and say, hey, I got them all, and then pat themselves on the back and go. The binder cards, the collector cards, I'm not too hot on those. Again, another Sanctuary. Token. No M's in this pack. But, all in all, I'm still very excited for the set. Also, last pack, we'll see if we hit some last pack magic. I'm not holding my breath. But, as a whole, I'm very, very excited with the set. I think the set is a lot of fun. I think that if you are unsure if you are going to like Arcane Heroes, like I definitely was saying, I don't want to play Wizard or Runeblade or anything like that. I went down there and the set completely changed my mind. I mean, some of this stuff is just wicked cool and wicked busted. I mean, Comet Storm, you're coming in for what, 5-6 damage for 4. A lot of times people would just amp it out, and then all of a sudden it's, the instant side 2, another 5. So you're coming in for 7 damage for 4 in a set where there's no AB, and they just have to do life heal or prevention. It's kind of fun. Arcane Seeds is another kind of fun one to play. You know, do I have the regrowth one? Yeah. Like, as I said, it's just, it really is just kind of a blast. I mean, I would very, very strongly recommend it. Get to a pre-release if you can. You know, I think it is, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite sets. That's kind of a tough ask. Verdant's one. But it is a set that I did not give enough credit for at the beginning. And as I'm seeing the cards pulled and as I saw, you know, what comes out of it, like the Marvel Briar was really, really nice to see in person. As I got to play it, it felt balanced enough and back and forth enough that it was good. Nobody felt like they could just blow anybody out of the water turn one unless they had a really, really gross break. So for the most part, it was just, it's really cool. I mean, like when you get cards like this, you know, whenever you're doing like a Verdant Sealed and it does everything you want. I found out it was tough whenever you were playing Verdants into Acilio. If they really did just go like full arcane, it was kind of tough to decompose on time. So I'm interested. I didn't get a chance to play this draft, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Because Verdants into Acilio draft, I think, is going to be very different than Verdants into Acilio Sealed, where you can expect some attacks to kind of balancing out. You may get an Acilio just goes full hardcore, you know, lightning instance and arcane damage, and you just have to do one card at a time to start decomposing. So it's a really neat kind of puzzle and back and forth that you gotta, you know, play and bank on. So anyway, box review. Not the best box in the world, not the worst. I mean, not thrilled about the collector card. I'll put it over here just for the time being. So let's see, what did we get here? So I got another 10-foot tall and bulletproof, another Channel Lightning Valley, Channel Millennium Tree, the Katsu Gust of the Second Wind, Seeds of Tomorrow, Adaptive Disorder. I am excited about just because I think, you know, having this as a mech is certainly just going to be good. It's another piece that you need. Gone in the Flash, 3M meld cards, 4M rare cards, one of which was foil. No L's, no Fabled, but hey, that's my life. That's the luck I always just have. Trying to keep this nice and short for y'all. 30 minutes for the box break. What are we looking at? So 4, 8, 10 hits per box. You figure what, 24 packs in a box. You're looking about one every other pack. You're getting something good in. On average, this feels about in par with where I saw. Now, there were some boxes I saw people got 3 hits. I saw some boxes where people got, you know, 4 M's and that's it. So it does feel like, you know, there's some hit and miss. I saw some where people got, you know, 3 or 4, maybe not 4. I think I saw somebody, the most I got was 3 legendaries in a box. I saw somebody hit, 2 in a Marvel Briar. So that was kind of gross. I was very jealous of that box. The EAs on some of the art for the legendaries is absolutely gorgeous in person. But yeah, it's a set. I'm excited to see how pre-release goes. I'm excited to see what people build. Acilio is going to be, I think, stupid funny, but Verdance is definitely calling to me after this weekend. She's a lot of fun. If you get a chance and you have friends, by all means, do a full box seal to the set. That was my favorite event of the weekend. It was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. The decks people were building. I mean, if you go on my Twitter, you'll see I posted like the life scores of the 3 rounds that I won. Again, I went 3-1, and like just look at my life totals, Verdants, compared to the Acilios, as they were kind of like slowly going down. I'm getting like these big bumps and jumps back and forth. So all in all, go to the pre-releases, go to your armories, do everything that you need to do. It's a fun set. It is a very, 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 very fun set. I can't stress that enough. It doesn't have warriors, so I mean, it doesn't beat heavy hitters in my mind. I do think it beats Mist. I think I'm gonna like this one a lot more than Mist. Even though I love Assassin, I think heavy hitters is better than it in terms of draft and sealed. I'm trying to think of what are the other ones that like I liked. I think it's better than Outsiders. It kind of just gets back to the roots of what James White was saying in his article about like, hey, I just want everything to be value. I want you to really get this. Just the life gain potential and everything that you have in the deck to counteract the AB and knowing when to pop your prevention effects. What cards for the Wizards where they have to surge to get a benefit are going to be meaningful, which ones aren't. The juggling game of Acilio where you're discarding things like, oh god, where's like see if I can find one real quick. So there's the card. I don't think is it a rare? It may be a rare. If it is, I'm an idiot. But there's the card that it's like, hey, depending upon how many of these are in your graveyard, heal X plus whatever. The 3 is here, count your blessing. So the red is X plus 3, yellow is X plus 1, blue X plus 1, red X plus 3, yellow X plus 2. So as Acilio, you get this, you just discard it to draw a card, and then you kind of get some more in your hand. So basically you're like, hey, I get this, discard, get this, discard it again, then play one, and you're getting pretty significant life gains off of it because it's seeing everything in your graveyard. So that's kind of fun to do and play as. Gosh, I had another piece of advice, but I really can't remember it. Oh, there is the lightning card, the one card that caused a lot of questions whenever we saw it, and a lot of people didn't know how to kind of play it. Where is it? I just saw it a second ago, and that's what made me think of it as I was looking for this. There is a card for lightning that what you do, and I may have to look it up here real quick. Bear with me. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. Bear with me. It's an R. Okay, that's what I thought. So it's electromagnetic somersault. Here it is. This one was confusing a lot of people at first. And then, we kind of cracked it out really quick. But what it reads is, this is electromagnetic somersault. This is my biggest piece of advice for pre-releases, things like that. We'll see if I can get it to focus. There it goes. It says choose up to 2. The red is 2 attack action cards with cost 0 or more on the active chain list. Return them to their owner hand when the chain link resolves. People were sitting there saying, well, why would I attack and just pick up my 1 attack? Why is it giving me 2? This makes no sense. Play this on defense. So what you do is basically they come in with a big attack. You block it with 2 attack action cards. Then at instant speed, after all of it's been kind of calculated and you're on the damage step and things like that, or you can do it whenever because it matters when the chain link resolves. You play this, the chain link resolves, the damage is calculated, and then you pick them back up. So you're basically playing the cards on a discard. You're not playing a card, you're blocking with them, playing them on defense. You're picking it back up, and then you're keeping the tempo for whenever you want to attack. So this is a very, very good card. A lot of people were kind of sleeping on it like maybe the first day because they were like, oh, why would I put this as an attack? This doesn't make sense. Why would I want a card back unless I want to arsenal it and it's good? No. This is a defensive card so you can defend and then continue to attack and threaten tempo. It's very good late game when you're just trying to survive. So if you get these and you get a chance to play them, that is my biggest piece of advice. Don't view it as an offensive card. It is very much a defensive card. That was the biggest thing I'd probably say I pick up just for like a general thing that you may see. That's not an M, but overall, good event. We'll be talking a lot more in depth about the event whenever we record the podcast this week. So I recommend everybody coming back and checking that out if you don't get a chance. But other than that, thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Hopefully it was some fun to crack my box with me. Sorry, it wasn't the most exciting box. We didn't pull a Marvel Briar or anything like that. But I will be getting a case whenever the release comes out. Maybe we'll do a case break or something like that and just see how it goes, and see if maybe we hit an L out of that. But other than that, thanks for sticking with me. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. It certainly helps us get our name out there. We're having a lot of fun making content. Follow us on Twitter at O_3_Dropcast. But shoot us comment, join our Discord, come say hi, talk to us. We'll happily give any advice, input, tips. All three of us were down there. All three of us kind of played a little differently, did different events, so we kind of got to experience everything. But we'd love to talk to you guys about it. But again, thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully you like the box break, like the goodies that we pulled, and we'll take it from there. But thanks everybody. Take it easy. Bye.